Hi and welcome. This video is about 7 keys to your organized home, meaning 7 skills you need to learn if you want to achieve that organized home. Now, if you implement what I'm about to share with you in this video, you will no longer have clutter all over your house. You will no longer be always late because you search for some stuff. You will no longer be stressed out. Basically, you will gain control over your entire life by gaining control over your home space, over your time, and over your personal finances as well. So join me in this video about 7 keys to your organized home. Before we begin, let me quickly just tell you something about your host, about myself and my background. My name is Tamara Kajari and I'm a professional organizer based in Europe, Croatia. I'm also a mother, a wife. I have a master's degree in economics and over 10 years of experience in sales and marketing. I have over 30 years experience in helping people organize, and since 6 years ago, I run my own company for professional organizing services. As a PO, I've hosted over 100 workshops on all kinds of organizational topics and organized over 50 households. I founded the first Croatian online center for professional organizing webinars on demand, and hundreds of online students have attended or are attending those webinars as we speak. I'm also a published author, as you can see on these pictures from Amazon and from the bookstore, where we had a promotion. 2 years ago, I have a book called You Can Be Clutter-Free, How to Get Rid of Wrong Possessions, Tasks, and People, and you can find it on Amazon. Now, let's talk about 7 keys to your organized home. Now, first key to organizing any home or any space for that matter is, of course, decluttering. You cannot organize piles of clutter before going through that clutter and getting rid of all the stuff that you don't use or actually don't need at all. So please be aware of that. Now, there's only 2 important things you need to learn about decluttering in order to really master it. First is something I call the accessory trick. What do I mean by that? Accessories such as boxes, baskets, organizers, or shelf dividers or drawer dividers have nothing to do with decluttering whatsoever. Please remember this. This is really important. Those accessories will only make you store your junk and keep it instead of getting rid of it as soon as possible. So don't buy any accessories prior to decluttering, and first please reduce your piles so that you can see what accessory you actually need for smart storage of the volume you wish to keep, because that's the volume you will organize later on. The second important thing you need to know and accept is that decluttering is an ongoing process. In other words, it's the way of life. I mean by saying that is that you have to be aware of the importance of regular decluttering in your home. I go more into detail on this topic in a specific video talking about the topic of decluttering. So if you really have issues with this subject, please stick with this video first. So at the end of it, I will tell you more about all the 7 topics I have videos about. Moving on to the second key to your organized home, which is basically organized kitchen. Now, the kitchen is often the center of home space, right? Of your entire house. And it's not only a place to make a meal, but a place where you start your day. Now, you can start your day in a good and organized way or in a hectic way, right? Sadly, as my colleagues and I often see in practice, kitchens are so often storage places for all kinds of junk, all kinds of clutter. Mostly, I see paper, groceries, and gadgets. So if in addition to all that clutter, you have no habit of storing like we like, so you don't put utensils with utensils, dishes with dishes, then very soon your kitchen can easily turn your entire day into chaos and your entire life into chaos in the long run. So to avoid that, all you need to do is declutter your kitchen and keep it that way. Remember, I just said how important decluttering is as an ongoing thing. So declutter your kitchen first, and then figure out so-called kitchen zones. For example, zone for washing, for cutting food, for cooking, for baking, for storing food and groceries, like a pantry, and for storing kitchen stuff. Now, that way you will also know something which is very important, and that is your exact food supplies. And it's crucial for your time management as well, and also for your home budget management. So that's the second key to your organized home. And I think you are slightly beginning to see how everything is connected. And we're not just talking about closets, right? Now, the third key to your organized home is your kids' room organization. Okay, if you're not a parent, then maybe you can skip this part. But if you are probably struggling with toy clutter in your home or trying to hold your teenagers accountable for, messy rooms. Either way, this is a very important part of the big picture called your organized home, okay? Now, organizing any kid's room is all about optimizing the space for kids' age so that they can use both space and all the stuff in that space without your assistance, but also put things back without your assistance, right? So when we speak about cleaning up room, who does that? You or your kid? What would you prefer? Probably that your kid does it. Okay, so for example, if the clothes are too high in the closet or the coloring books are in some deep boxes, one on top of the other, the chances of your child cleaning up the room on regular basis are zero. If, on the other hand, you lower that rack, the clothes rack, or maybe the shelf that you have for kids' clothes, and for example, if you store the coloring books on shelves, making them more visible and reachable, then it will be a whole different story. So basically, when we speak about third key to your organized home, help yourself by helping your child use the space and stuff smarter. More on this subject also in my video about the kids' room organization. Now, moving on to the fourth key of your organized home, or any organized home, is closets. Now, let me point out right away that this goes for everything you keep in your closets, and not only for clothes, right? So dishes, linens, cleaning supplies, tools, absolutely everything that you might wish to put in some closet. Why is this important? Because every single item in your home needs a home of its own. Let me repeat this. Every single item in your home needs a home of its own. Otherwise, it'll lay on your chair or on the table somewhere or on the floor. And actually, you're probably watching this video right now because you already have that exact situation in your house, right? So thoroughly declutter all the closets first. Make that as a single project, or maybe 2 closets per day project or whatever, but consider that every single closet in your house needs to be decluttered first. Remember the first key to your organized home, it's decluttering. Now, next, when you fill those closets always with their true purpose in mind. And like I've already said, make a habit of keeping it so. Now, for clothes, you can additionally make things easier for yourself by applying so-called seasonality rule. It means in summer, you don't store your winter clothes together with the summer clothes, but you store them, let's say, in boxes or vacuum bags in the attic somewhere or in the basement. So, simple truth behind the home clutter is this. You have more than you need, and no, you don't need to buy more, and yes, you can live with less, believe me. So next time you start thinking about how you need more closet space, please ignore that thought and go back to the key number 1 in this video, and that's decluttering, right? Now, the fifth key to your organized home is how you manage all the papers in the house. So, paper in your home comes down to three categories: bills and other important documents, magazines, newspapers, and paper packaging. Now, bills and important documents should be part of your home archive, physically or digitally, and not on the kitchen counter, right? Magazines and newspapers belong to the living room, but not all over that room, but in one single designated place. Let's say the shelf under the coffee table, or a nice basket on the floor next to your favorite reading chair. Paper packaging enters your home on a daily basis, so getting rid of it also on a regular basis will be much easier for you if you arrange a recycling area in your house, right? So, for example, you buy a box of rice when doing your grocery shopping. Then you come home, you spill that rice into a rice container in your pantry, and you immediately put the empty rice box into your recycle bin, let's say in your garage somewhere. So you get a visible rice supply in your pantry, and you have no packaging clutter, right? Now, kids' art is best kept digitalized. It's a special category of paper in your household if you have children. And only a few of your all-time favorites you can frame and decorate your walls, for example. Now, you don't have to store ancient homework, especially if your kids are adults, and use your attic to avoid decluttering their own stuff. So please talk to your children, talk to your adult children, and sort that out. Please don't keep their stuff in your house. Now, books are, of course, precious. They are also a special category of paper clutter in a house, but it's not just paper. So not all the books are important for you and for me or for somebody else the same way. So please keep what you read, like guides or special editions and books that you like to come back to. But please get rid of what you know you will never read again or read at all. And of course, consider ebooks and libraries. If you are struggling with the actual process of paper decluttering and paper organizing, like what steps to take and how to process everything, please visit my video about 5 easy paper organization tricks to learn more. Moving on to sixth key to your organized home is your time management. Now, if you still have any doubts about this, let me underline this fact. Time management has everything to do with home organization. Please remember this. Do not think about this separately. Do not think it's two different things, two different issues. It's the same story. It's everything to do with your organized home. Now, your chaotic and cluttered home robs you of your time as well as of your space, right? So wasting time searching for stuff is the best example of that. Now, we live in an era of constant urgency and busyness. Yet, as you probably know, efficiency is not at such a high level, right? So quite the opposite. Now, in the context of home organizing, you struggle with your clutter and wasting time searching for stuff, but then you struggle with time because you've wasted it due to clutter. Sounds familiar? It's, same story I see in my practice almost every day. Now, to intentionally use your time management to organize your home and to keep it organized, you should only do two things. First, set your boundaries, basically meaning priorities. And second, start weekly scheduling, please. Now, boundaries protect you from picking the wrong priorities and help you delegate stuff and accept help. Remember this, time management is all about what you say no to, and most of your time-related chaos is a direct consequence of you not being able to say no. So please think about that seriously. Weekly schedule is literally a compass for your family and your home organization. It's a map that helps you Find your way through each of your days and through every daily task that you have. Simple as that. It's a map, it's a blueprint. So do not rely on your memory and embrace the weekly planning habit as soon as possible. You will be surprised by how much time you will get from for what really matters to you, right? And last key to your home organization and your organized home or your finances. It's the way you manage your money and your personal budget. Now, if you manage your personal finances responsibly, you don't go shopping out of the blue, right? You don't buy duplicates. You don't fall for every single sale. And consequently, you don't create clutter in your home, right? Now, to be able to reach that level of determination and discipline, because it's all about determination and discipline, you need to know your big picture. That is, what you really want out of your life, how you want to live, what you must and mustn't do because of it, and most importantly, why. So, once you've figured that out, all you need to learn is personal budgeting. In other words, planning your spending and savings according to the real needs of you and your family and according to your big picture. Now, your home, your relationships, and your entire future, for that matter, depend on how you manage your money, your finances, and how are you aware at all of your bigger picture. So next time you see some tempting commercial telling you it's time to buy a new appliance, some trendy clothes, or a weekly subscription, please think about these three questions. Do you really need it only because it's advertised? Can you really afford it? Do you really have money for it? And where will you store it once it enters your home space? Now, there you have it. 7 keys to your organized home, 7 topics, 7 skills you need to have in order to achieve an organized home and your peace of mind. Decluttering, organized kitchen, organized kids' room, organized closets, organized papers, managing your time, and managing your finances. If you wish to learn more about each of these topics, I invite you to my other videos, all 7 of them. And until I see you there, thank you for watching and talk to you in my other videos. Bye-bye.